So hello everyone, welcome back to today's video. I have been so happy this last week because the topic of today is something that I have really worked on for a long time in my life. And also I gave myself more time to self-reflect about this situation and how it made me feel then versus how I feel now. So, if you've ever been through the process of wanting to be better, changing your life, forgiveness has been in your path. And I think forgiveness is one of the greatest opportunities we have in life to grow and to be better. I honestly believe that forgiveness sets people free, and forgiveness will set you free. It allows you to let go people, bad things that people did to you. Forgiveness can help you detach from all that pain and all those negative feelings you went through. And you know what? I'd like you to think for a moment why forgiveness is important in life. For this, I'll share my experience with you. There was a time where I needed to live with an abusive person, and despite my efforts for forgiving him and not letting him get into my head, it was extremely difficult. It was until I left that I could start my healing process. And when I started it, I realized that forgiveness is an act of self-love and acceptance. By forgiving, you're giving yourself another chance to be free. What do I mean by this? Imagine that a person hurt you because you loved them. Do you really want to be scared of loving again? This act will allow you to set boundaries and leave aside all those things that once hurt you without leaving your essence behind. And why do I say that it's a process of acceptance? I think we live in a time where bad feelings, bad emotions are better in a place that we cannot have access to. We want to get rid of them as soon as we can. So we consume social media, we play video games, we drink, whatever you decide to do to avoid that. And accepting that bad experience happened to you and it was not your fault will set you free. And don't get me wrong, because one of the most annoying things in life for me is when they tell me like, oh, you should forgive and you should continue your life like nothing happened, and I immediately say no, because there is a difference, a huge difference between forgiving and pretending that nothing ever happened. When you forgive, that doesn't mean you're not allowed to set your boundaries. You're not allowed to take your distance from the people who hurt you. Actually, that is the process of healing. You accept the situation, you accept the bad feelings you went through, and you start setting your boundaries if you feel comfortable with them. If you were hurt by someone who you trusted, it's fair that you do not trust them again. If you were abused by someone, it's okay if you decide to not talk to them again. what is not fair for yourself is to feel bad because of something that someone did to you and then pretend nothing happened, and then this cycle repeating again and you getting hurt each time. That's not fair. Why would you do that to yourself? Setting boundaries is important for you to be free from whatever they decided to do that wasn't your fault. I want that to be clear here, because hurting someone else is always a conscious decision we take. Forgiveness isn't everything, you know? It would be so irresponsible from me just sitting here and telling you, like, forgiveness is the key in life. After forgiving, you'll feel great. Life's gonna be great. You'll have a bunch of opportunities just waiting for you. That's not true. Forgiveness requires action. The process of healing never stops, and it requires your full energy. I can't explain to you how much energy it will take from you forgiving. Why would you decide to let people steal that energy from you when you do not forgive? Taking action after forgiving will not only enrich your life, but will also help you in your future relations with friends, family, and partners. Because it's not fair that after being hurt, you're not able to love again, to trust again, to laugh. Why would you allow someone to steal your happiness from you? I don't think that's fair for you, do you? So, if forgiveness takes action, now it's your time to self-reflect on what you need in order to heal. Because nobody else has to pay for what you went through just because you didn't get through the process of healing. It's a speech we hear daily, like, oh, I know he's mean, I know they hurt you, but you should take into consideration all his life, all the factors that made him the person that he is today. No, there is no excuse when you decide to hurt. So do not become what you don't want to receive. Go through your process of healing, self-reflect on what you need, and apply it. However, it will require patience. If I'm being fully honest with you, I think I haven't forgiven completely the person who hurt me in my past, you know? This abusive person that continuously degraded me. I'm still healing, you know? I'm still in the process of accepting what happened to me, setting boundaries and taking action, because I know I don't want to be like them. I won't allow them to steal my energy and my happiness and to steal my person. I won't let them. Would you? I think that once you realize how energy works, you'll be much happier. If you want to receive, you need to give. And providing forgiveness to those who hurt you will fulfill your life with good things. But you have to believe that. You have to believe that there is a bigger plan than you. There's already a path for success and love in your life waiting for you. You just have to be emotionally intelligent to accept it and to take action. I've seen in my life uncountable examples of how miserable a human being can be after not forgiving. And you might think, how can I forgive this person who abused me for many years and who maybe keeps reminding me how unworthy and useless I am? I won't lie to you. It's the hardest thing you're probably going to go through in the process of healing. But if you want to be better, if you want to be happy with who you are and even more confident, then give it a chance. Self-reflect. Stop being afraid of setting your boundaries. I know so many people, including myself, that are so afraid of placing limits because they are afraid that people won't like them again. But is that what you want in life? To self-harm you just because you can't let go? Just because you can't give yourself the value you deserve? If you feel like you are drowning, perhaps it's time to connect again with your spirituality. And if you do not agree with this, then make sure you cultivate your safe zone. Make sure you have a healthy relation with your friends, with your family. Because if you feel you're drowning and you have done a lot of things and you still can't move on, and you're in a dark place right now, isolating yourself won't help. I think forgiveness has been a vital part in my life, for good and bad, but I'm still trying. And I promise that if you try, you will see a difference in your self-perception, your self-love, and the way you live your life. So that will be all for today. I hope you liked the video. I just came back from the gym and I immediately wanted to record it. So yeah, if you need any articles for forgiveness, I'll leave them in the description of this video. They helped me when I was doing some research, and also they helped me through my healing process. That would be all. My name is Renata, and I'll see you in the next video.